All right, stop. Don't throw away these scraps and offcuts because you never know when this offcut right here that might just get thrown aside could become the inspiration for your next $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 seller. Today I'm going to show you an easy project that any beginning woodworker should be able to make without a lot of advanced tools. I'm also going to give you a couple of options to kind of zhuzh it up a little bit along the way. So with that, let's jump right in. Okay, we're going to need to be able to cut a 9.5 inch section that's 4 inches wide. Now, it doesn't have to necessarily be 9.5 by 4, but given the piece of wood that I have, these are actually good dimensions for this. You can customize this however you want to, and feel free to do it. These are cool projects. Now, once you have your base cut, let's go ahead and set it to the side, because now it's time to move on to the next part. I'm going to cut this one down to 2.5 inches. So now we got the two pieces that we need, this one and this one. We've also got this little piece right here, which looks pretty small and useless, but I like to hold on to this stuff because you never know when it comes in handy. Walnut is not easy to come by in some areas, and it's definitely not cheap, costing between $8 and $10 a board foot. So as you can see, I hold on to even the smallest scraps because I never know when they're going to come in handy. What we need to do now is take this small piece, and we need 3 2.5 inch squares. So we're going to cut those next using our crosscut sled. Now to make sure that I get them exactly 2.5 inches, I'm going to use this little measuring ruler. This is not one of those woodpecker brands. I don't have the money to spend on those, but it does look like one, so I feel like I'm kind of cool. Let's dial that in. That looks to be as close as I'm going to get. And then we just simply need to cut all 3 of our squares. All right, for our next step, we just need to mark the center. Once again, I love these little rulers that allow you to set and lock it in because you get consistent measurements every time. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to check them out. And since the base is 4 inches wide, we need to find the center of it as well in a couple of different spots. And I want to mark the centers at 3 different spots. Since this is 9.5 inches wide, these are 2.5 inches. After doing the math, I need to mark 1.75, 4.75, and 7.75. And just so I can see them a little bit better, I'm going to use this scribing tool to put some marks in there. Now your Forstner bit was probably going to have a point right here. And I want to line that point up with the point that I've made right there. Now some of these Forstner bits actually have points that you can unscrew and take out. These, however, do not. So once I'm relatively certain that I've gotten that, I'll set my depth. Now I know for what's going to go inside of these, I want it to go down to about 0.57 inches. So I'm going to mark right here and try to get as close to that as I can. So do you want to feel like a real woodworker? Use a drill press and a Forstner bit. Makes a lot of these shavings here. So what we've got is we've got our 3 pieces and we've got our base. Probably figuring out what we're making here, but let's finish it up and put everything together. Now we need to evenly mark these and get them mounted. Now, if you haven't figured it out yet, we are making a floating candle holder. And so now we have all 3 of our pieces. Now we just need to get these bad boys together. Now you may have figured out that for this part, you really don't necessarily have to have a drill press. You can just simply use a drill and driver. But if you want to make sure that you get everything flush and nice and vertical, a drill press is recommended. Oh yeah, and if you're ever using a drill press, make sure that you keep your material, especially small pieces, up against some flat surface so they're held in place. You want to see why? Ouch. Now, as you may have noticed, I went all the way through these pieces right here, which is not a big deal because they're going to have candles sitting right inside of them. Also, this one blew out on the bottom, which again, not a big deal because they're going to be suspended like this and you're never going to see that. Now for something like this, I like to use a hard wax finish, and some people don't like it, but I love some Odie's oil. And a little bit goes a long way. And with everything all oiled up, I'm just going to let this dry for a couple of hours. And I'm going to go get some lunch. All right, so Odie's oil, once you get it all waxed on, you got to wax it off too. So it's already dried and I've buffed it off. So these pieces are now finished and ready for assembly. Now, one thing that you got to be careful of is when you are using dowels, these are supposed to be 0.5 inch dowels. But I checked them with my caliper and they were like 0.51 or 0.52, which I actually like because that means that when I used a 1/2 inch Forstner bit, or I'm sorry, a 1/2 inch drill bit, that these are going to be a little bit too snug, which is nice. So now let's put them in. We might not even need glue, but I'm going to use it anyway. Just going to put a little dab will do you right in there. I know much of my audience is ages 35 to 65, so anybody know that reference? Feel free to drop it in the comments. Now for these, if they are snug enough, I'm just going to put them on, maybe not even glue them. And they are going on there very nice and tight. I kind of like that. Now, final thing that we need to do is put our candles in there. Now we got a couple of choices here. You've got regular tea light candles, but then I also found these LED tea light candles on Amazon, so I bought some. The only thing that I don't like about using real tea light candles is that this is wood, so there is the outside chance that it could catch fire. Now these are made with this kind of aluminum base in a cup, so I really don't think you have anything to worry about. And if you're lighting candles in your house, hopefully you're going to be nearby and not just leaving these things going. So that said, make the decision that's best for you. So you can either put these little tea light candles in here that are LED, or you can put regular tea light candles in there and really light them up. All right, so with that, I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make some really cool stuff with smalls. And if you like creating simple projects from scrap wood, check out this video here. It's a 2-minute video on what I think is one of the most fun and easy projects that beginning woodworkers can make.